Welcome to the deep dive. Ever think about those hidden figures, the ones operating just beneath the surface of major historical events?
Oh, absolutely. History's full of them.
Well, today we're diving into one of the most fascinating, Bhagat Ram Talwar, codename Silver. People have called him the five-faced spy of World War II.
Which is just an incredible title, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And our mission today is simple. Try to peel back the layers on this incredibly complex character. What actually made him tick?
Well, what's so striking about Talwar, I think, is that he wasn't just, a gun for hire. His actions seem deeply rooted in this potent mix of Indian patriotism and staunch communist ideology.
So driven by belief, not just opportunity.
Precisely. These were deeply held convictions. His story is, well, it's a real masterclass in navigating complex loyalties.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. His big debut into espionage. It's dramatic stuff. Helping Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose escape British house arrest in 1941.
Yeah, the famous escape. An incredible feat.
A really dangerous journey, right? From Calcutta to Kabul. Netaji disguised as Ziauddin, a deaf-mute pilgrim.
And Talwar playing the part of Ramat Khan, his sort of humble secretary or guide.
It's just what kind of person takes that on right out of the gate. It's incredibly bold.
That's the thing, though. It connects directly to the bigger picture. Netaji was desperate for international help against the British. The Soviets had turned him down.
Right.
So this escape with Talwar as Ramat Khan became the channel. It led him straight into contact, first with the Italians and then German intelligence.
So the escape itself was almost tactical, a way in.
You could see it that way. It wasn't just about getting Bose out. It put Talwar in a position to navigate these Axis powers, ostensibly for Bose, but always, with his own anti-colonial and anti-fascist goals in mind, even if it meant these very tricky alliances.
Okay, and this is where it gets even more complex, almost unbelievable. Talwar is apparently the only person known to have worked for 5 different intelligence agencies simultaneously during World War II.
5. It's staggering. Britain, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the Soviet Union.
So, as Ramat Khan, he's dealing with the Axis, Germany, Italy, Japan. But secretly, as Silver, he's working with the Allies, Britain, and the Soviets. How?
Yeah.
How do you even manage that? The sheer complexity, the risk.
It seems impossible, doesn't it? But you have to remember the context. Shifting alliances, wartime desperation, it created this strange space where someone like Talwar with his particular skills and, frankly, audacity could exploit the gaps.
Absolutely critical. He was a committed communist. So when Hitler invaded the USSR in 41, that changed everything for him. The fascists were now the primary enemy.
Okay, so that's the pivot point.
Exactly. He then, under British intelligence guidance, starts this ultimate deception. He uses a transmitter the Germans gave him.
Get this.
Located, believe it or not, right in the gardens of the British Viceroy's palace in Delhi.
No way. In the heart of British power, using German gear. And from there, he's feeding false military intelligence back to Berlin, completely misleading them.
What was the impact of that bad intel?
It was significant. It effectively scuppered German plans in Waziristan, which was a really volatile strategic border region. They were relying on his info, and it was totally wrong.
And the irony is just staggering. The Germans actually gave him their highest military honor.
They did, the Iron Cross, for his supposed service to the Reich, based on the very lies he was feeding them under British supervision. It's incredible.
Plus, he managed to extract a huge amount of money from the Axis.
Yeah, estimates are around £2.5 million in today's money, maybe more. A fortune back then.
Which he didn't keep.
No, he handed it straight over to his Communist Party. It became a major source of funding for their anti-fascist work in India.
Wow. Okay, so this brings us to the really thorny issue, the accusation that he betrayed Netaji Bose. How did Talwar square that circle?
Well, from Talwar's viewpoint, it wasn't personal betrayal. Once Netaji allied with fascist powers like Germany and Japan, he became, in Talwar's communist ideology, an adversary.
An ideological opponent, not a personal one.
Exactly. For Talwar, undermining the Axis, even if it indirectly affected Netaji's plans, was loyalty to a greater fight, the global fight against fascism. He likely saw it as a kind of necessary sacrifice, however controversial that seems. It was about his core anti-fascist beliefs above all else.
It adds another layer of complexity, doesn't it? And then there's that strange, almost bizarre connection to popular fiction.
The Fleming connection.
His British handler was Colonel Peter Fleming, brother of Ian Fleming, the James Bond creator.
That's right. And there's this anecdote, though it's hard to verify perfectly, about Talwar supposedly dealing with a suspect using powdered tiger whiskers and curry. Lethal, apparently. And
Peter Fleming supposedly told this story to Ian, potentially influencing Bond.
that's the story. It's fascinating to think about, but you have to contrast the reality. Bond is all glamour, gadgets, Savile Row suits. Talwar was, well, the opposite.
How was
Reports describe him as unassuming, maybe even a bit rough around the edges, spoke broken English. His power wasn't in tech or charm. It was pure cunning, immense patience, and this incredible ability to read people and exploit the biases, especially the colonial arrogance of those he dealt with.
So the anti-Bond, in a way, but arguably far more effective in his specific real-world arena.
Definitely. It really forces you to think about what intelligence actually means in that world. It wasn't about flash, it was about conviction and strategy.
So when we look back at Bhagat Ram Talwar, Silver,
Yeah.
what's the takeaway? Patriot, opportunist,
Uh-huh.
ideologue, traitor. Seems impossible to pin him down.
Maybe all and none of those things fully capture it. His life really underscores that history, especially espionage history, is rarely black and white. Loyalty, patriotism. These things can be incredibly complicated, especially when personal ideology clashes with national movements during a world war.
He certainly forces us to confront those complexities.
And maybe it leaves us with a question to ponder. Why is it that such an incredible, really nuanced story like this about someone essentially ordinary who achieved quite extraordinary things through sheer intellect and strategy, not force? Why is it so often overlooked?
That's a great question.
What does Bhagat Ram Talwar's life really tell us about the nature of courage or conviction, or what intelligence truly looks like when the stakes are unimaginably high?
Something for all of us to think about. We hope this deep dive has given you a clearer picture of this five-faced spy and the tangled world he navigated. Thanks for joining us.